Good morning. I am Kevin Price. Delighted to be with you, talking to you about you and your business. Excited about having my good friend on, Paul Carroll. He's a regular feature here on The Price of Business, and he's with a company called Efficient Wealth Management, and they do a phenomenal job in helping people meet their financial goals, and you do a better job than I do to talk about your firm, but I'm always impressed by both the content you're producing, which I consider thought leaders. I consider your firm to be a thought leader in the financial field. But tell us more about what you do.
Well, Kevin, good morning. It's a beautiful day today. Efficient Wealth Management's boutique wealth management practice based in the Woodlands, Texas. Using a consultative approach, working with a team of experts, we help our clients protect their wealth, mitigate their taxes, take care of their heirs, protect their assets from being unjustly taken, and maximize the impact of any charitable giving if that's important.
Yep, and then, of course, the website is efficientwealthmanagement.com. Introduce your guest for us today.
Well, today we're talking to Kendall Ashmore. And Kendall's a very interesting gentleman. He works for a business that's probably completely off the radar for most people. He's actually one of the co-owners of a business that has one customer, and it's been quite successful. And that business is Force Manufacturing.
Well, that's interesting. Kendall, we probably don't have many customers with one client. Otherwise, they're usually called, should I say guess rather, with one client. Usually those are called employees. And so it is a kind of an interesting scenario. Tell us about Force Manufacturing.
Well, we're very fortunate that we did just have to stick with one customer, and the option is always out there to expand to other customers, but we've been fortunate to hook up with BOP products, and we supply them with an oil-filled product called a ram block, and it goes in the blowout preventer when they are drilling. And we've been fortunate to grow with them and supply them with the ram blocks, and that's worked well for everybody, I believe.
Awesome. Your first question, Paul.
Kendall, what is a ram block?
A ram block is a metal device of various sizes that goes into a blowout preventer, and the blowout preventer is used when a drilling company is drilling a well, and it allows it to either seal off the pipe so that they can add additional pipe or work on the well, and then there are shears in the vent of an actual blowout. They can shear the pipe and shut down the well to protect the environment. And
yeah, tell us a little bit about the history of the company. How did it get started? How many employees you have to take care of this one client. Tell us a little bit about that.
We started back in 2007 with just my partner and I. We happened to, by chance, hook up together and started doing some additional work just on some manual lathes. We were doing work for another company. And then BOP Products, being a customer of this other company, they approached us and said, hey, we're having trouble getting these ram blocks made. Would y'all be interested in buying a machine and start making them for us? And we said, sure. So we did that in 2007, started with one machine. Currently we have 3 machines that we make the ram blocks with, and they just expanded with a couple other machines that we don't currently own. The other company, the BOP, owns, but we're going to make the actual blowout preventer unit and other
Very
components.
good. Go ahead there, Paul.
So, Kendall, you're a bit of a serial entrepreneur, as I understand. We see Ramco Manufacturing, BEK Leasing, Hermes Hotshot Service, General Machining Service. How many of these companies have you built over the years?
A lot of those companies are just holding companies for our assets. We did have a hotshot service at one time, but that has since been shut down. We don't do that anymore. It just took too much of our time and energy. But the Force Manufacturing is our main company, and the others are just holding companies at this time.
So they talk about midstream, upstream, downstream. Where are you in that process?
We would be, well, to be honest with you, I'm not super familiar with the whole operation, but I would say we are downstream operation.
Got it. Go ahead there, Paul.
So was this part that you guys make what failed in that famous or infamous BP oil spill in the Gulf a couple of years back?
Yes, it was. I don't know which component of the blowout preventer actually failed, but it was the blowout preventer unit that did fail to shear the pipe. And if it had worked properly through, I haven't read the report to see, proper maintenance or whatever they were doing, if it had sheared that pipe properly, it would have been a non-event. Nobody would have known anything.
Very good. By the way, I noticed, is there a website for your firm?
We don't have a website with just our one customer, and everything is going well. We haven't had a need for that, so we haven't even gone to the trouble of setting anything up like that.
I find it fascinating. I love it. All right, Paul, your next question.
So what do you see for growth, Kendall? Are you gonna go for other customers? It seems like you found a really sweet and profitable niche. Where do you go from here?
Well, we take it day by day. We've been able to grow with these people we currently have 10 employees, and we run not quite 24 hours a day. We're up to about 18 hours a day of production, and that keeps us pretty busy. We just added those 2 other machines within the last 6 months, so just slow, steady growth, and we haven't really drawn out a big game plan for a 5-year plan or anything. We just sort of take it day by day and keep it going.
There you go. Very good, very good. Final thoughts, Paul, before we wrap it up. By the way, Paul Carroll, Efficient Wealth Management. Do you have a final question or final thoughts?
No, I think that it's fascinating that there's so many small businesses, and some of them are literally invisible to the average man in the street. And when we ran into Kendall, we thought this would be fascinating because to have a company that is, I happen to know, extremely profitable, successful, growing rapidly, and not even have a website, and just to me, it's fascinating. And there are a lot of little companies like that out here, thanks to the energy industry in Houston.
Very good. Thanks to both of you. Great segment, fascinating story, and glad we were able to cover it here on The Price of Business. I do want to remind you again that you can find out more about Paul, who is one of our contributors at efficientwealthmanagement.com. Always love your content. Great job again, Paul. And also want to remind you that this content here, including this interview, will show up over there at usdailyreview.com, the national news website. While you're there, like it on Facebook, follow it on Twitter, and you're listening to The Price of Business.